The story will continue with Zamasu starting the battle between all the mortals including Majin Buu, with Zamasu's potential being unlocked, actually pushing him to be able to counter all of the mortals in front of him and push them back. But with Shin on their side, it makes the fight harder for Zamasu than it already is, because even though he is able to push the mortals back, he is not as strong as them. And since he doesn't want to kill Shin, it makes the battle even more hard. But to everyone's surprise, Buu tries to turn Zamasu into candy before the fallen Kai moves out of the way, making Deborah get hit by the attack, turning him into candy instead. Zamasu would be shocked, but Buu would jump up and down, yelling, "Candy! Candy!" Before then, he turns a rock into candy and eats it. Zamasu would quickly grab the candy of Deborah, and while everyone is shocked by Buu's action, Zamasu starts to think of something. Buu can't have this ability for nothing. It must do something to the user, like Buu's regeneration, for example. At this point, everyone's seen that. So out of curiosity, he eats the cookie, shocking everyone as well before Zamasu senses a jolt of power. Before he yells, getting a massive increase in power, now putting Zamasu on the same level as the Super Saiyan 2s. Zamasu would be happy to have this crazy amount of power, and would think that this is amazing. The power that Candy gave him, that must be because he kind of absorbed Deborah since he ate him. But before Zamasu was able to do anything, Buu rushes at Zamasu, saying, "You ate Buu's candy!" before punching Zamasu. The fallen god would yell at Buu, calling him a stupid, pathetic mortal. But Buu would yell at Zamasu as they continue to fight, with Buu getting angrier and angrier because of Zamasu's taunting, before Buu splits into Good and Evil Buu. Zamasu would be confused as Good and Evil Buu begins to fight, but Zamasu would soon join in, with Buu using Candy Beam on Zamasu once again. But instead, Zamasu flips over it and kicks Evil Buu into the beam, turning him into candy instead. Shin will tell everyone that this is bad and that they need to retreat, so Shin and Goku would start to teleport everyone away. But Goku felt something within Buu. There was no malice. Instead, there was a pure soul? Goku questions to himself, but he couldn't think much because he had to move fast. So Goku will grab the good fat Buu and he teleports away. Everyone will reach the Supreme Kai's world, and once everyone looks around and sees Majin Buu, they yell at Goku, asking if he's crazy. Goku will tell everyone though to sense Buu's energy. Try to sense a negative energy within him. Everyone would do so, and find out there's none within Buu. Shin would tell everyone they shouldn't trust Buu. He is an ancient evil. But Goku would tell Shin that Buu isn't doing anything now, so it's worth a shot having him on their side for the time being. Shin will continue to argue, but while Shin is arguing with Goku, Buu would look around and see Gohan on the ground, who is still unconscious. Buu would suddenly walk up to Gohan, placing a hand on Gohan's head, healing him. Vegeta, Krillin, and Piccolo would see this and would freak out, getting Goku and Shin's attention. As they see Gohan recovered, standing by Buu, Gohan would look at Buu, asking if he healed him, and Buu would nod. "You seem hurt, so Buu healed you," Buu tells Gohan, and the half-breed will thank Buu for the healing, and Buu would tell Gohan to not mention it, before Goku smiles at Shin, and Shin sighs, before saying, "Fine, Buu can stay." Goku will go up to Buu and smile at him. Buu will question, "Where is he?" And Goku will say, "He is in the Supreme Kai's world." Buu would ask Goku, "Why is he here?" And Goku will explain that he was just awakened, and he was fighting someone named Zamasu, and he had split into two versions of himself. The Zamasu ate what he guesses is the evil version of him, and became crazy powerful. So they need his help to defeat Zamasu. And Buu would agree, saying, "Okay, Buu, help." And with that, Buu starts training with everyone. And Buu was actually a good training partner. Buu would usually train with Super Saiyan 2 Goku and Vegeta, with Piccolo and Krillin also joining in the training with Buu as well, while Gohan is going under another training. Vegeta is also there because he knows that Zamasu is a bigger threat, so he will push his pride aside and train with Goku, Buu, Piccolo, and Krillin. And since Vegeta still got a Majin power up, he is a good training partner, since Goku and Vegeta are very evenly matched in Super Saiyan 2. And in this training, Goku and Vegeta does actually have a full-on sparring match, Super Saiyan 2 versus Super Saiyan 2. This match is actually very even, way too even, but Vegeta barely comes out on top. Goku tells Vegeta that he got a form beyond Super Saiyan 2. Vegeta would be shocked to hear this, and would be angered. What? Kakarot has been holding back? Goku would apologize to Vegeta, but Goku would tell Vegeta that he couldn't use the power in the real world, because if he did, he wouldn't have been able to stay on Earth. And no offense to Vegeta, but he knew that he and Vegeta and their Super Saiyan 2 power would be very close, so using Super Saiyan 3 would have just been overkill. Vegeta would scoff, not believing in Kakarot's words, so he tells Kakarot to show him this transformation, and Goku would do so, as he charges up with more electricity surging around his body. Goku would tell Vegeta that this form is very strenuous to use, but since Buu is here, it's okay for him to use it, because Buu would just heal him back up. Buu would also watch Goku transform alongside Vegeta, because Buu sees Goku and Vegeta as friends, so he'll like to see his friend grow stronger. Goku's hair would grow, and his eyebrows would disappear before he yells, transforming into Super Saiyan 3. Buu and Vegeta would be blown back by this power. It's amazing. Krillin and Piccolo would also be shocked by this power, but something else happened with Gohan and Shin. Gohan was testing the Z-Sword before Goku's power made Gohan fall and break the Z-Sword, worrying Shin. But Shin is also surprised by Goku's power. This is the kind of power mortals have? Shin will ask himself, as Goku goes back to base. Now Vegeta is annoyed, but Vegeta would secretly tell himself that Kakarot is really number one, and Buu would just be blown away, telling Goku he'd fight Buu with scary long hair now. But Goku would tell Buu maybe next time. He's tired, but Vegeta would want to fight Super Saiyan 3 also, so Goku would agree before Buu heals Goku, and the sparring match between the three continues. But there is still one problem. The Z-Sword is broken. But wait, actually that's not a problem, because the other Kai comes out of the Z-Sword, shocking everyone. And after finding out Gohan had awakened him from the Z-Sword, Kai decided to unlock his potential. So Ultimate Gohan will be born like canon. But because Zamasu is still kind of going on a rampage, especially with the boost that Evil Buu gives him, Zamasu is able to kill a high population of humans. And in his rampage, even people like Tien and Yamcha will die. But this is when everyone from the Supreme Kai's world arrives, thanks to Shin's Kai. Zamasu would laugh at Shin and the others. Zamasu would continue to ask Shin, why is he teaming up with these mortals? But Shin would tell Zamasu that these mortals are amazing. Zamasu would yell at Shin, mortals? Amazing? There is no mortal who is amazing. Mortals are animals who need to be punished. Zamasu would get into a fighting stance, and the Z fighters, seeing this, would all power up. Gohan to Ultimate. Piccolo would also power up, but he'll also have a new level of power. He also obtains an ultimate form, because the other Kai felt that there was a power that could be unleashed with Piccolo as well. So Piccolo will also power up into his ultimate form. Krillin will power up. Goku will go Super Saiyan 3, and Vegeta will show off something new. He has been training with Goku Super Saiyan 3 for a while, and with the help of Vegeta and Buu, Goku was able to improve Super Saiyan 3 somewhat. It doesn't drain his stamina as much as it did before. Because of this, Vegeta also achieves the form. Zamasu will see this and would laugh. These mortals really think they can overcome his power? His absolute power? They can try, but he will always come out on top. Zamasu will power up, shaking the entire earth. Rocks will go flying everywhere, and a huge tsunami will destroy a part of the city. Zamasu would laugh, telling Shin he'll show him why mortals shouldn't exist.